So the first question, okay, whenever you go for interviews or very important things that most cybersecurity people should know. Okay. The first question might be like, what is cybersecurity? And if in interviews, if anyone asks you, right, you can just tell this: the practice of protecting computer systems, networks, and data from unauthorized access. Okay. From unauthorized access, attack, damage, or theft. Okay. So
Okay, sir.
you just by heart this. If in any interview, if any question is asked, if you say this definition, you are good to go for this definition. Okay. So
Okay,
the
sir.
practice of protecting computer systems, networks, and data from unauthorized access, attack, damage, and theft is called cybersecurity. Okay. And
Okay,
one
sir.
more important question you might get in interviews is malware. What is malware? Okay. So you can say it's a short form of malicious software. So it is divided malware. Okay. Malicious software. It refers to any software designed to harm, exploit, or gain unauthorized access to a computer system or network. Okay. So these are questions that are actually asked in interviews. Okay. What is a malware? What is a virus? Okay. So you can just, I will also provide you these documents. Okay. So no need to worry on that. Just I'm explaining you. If there, so these are the interview questions that you might get when you go for interviews. Any
Hmm.
cybersecurity or SOC analyst interviews. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Next question is virus. Okay. My virus is it's a type of malware that attaches itself to legitimate programs or files and spreads by infecting other files or systems. What does that mean? Virus is also a malware. Okay. And it gets attached to programs or files. Programs or files means any program. If you have a Word document, virus can get attached to a Word document and it gets spread all through the files of your system. Okay, that is called virus. So definition is simple: a type of malware that attaches itself to any programs or files and spreads by infecting other files or systems. Okay, and next is worm, a standalone self-replicating malware that spreads across networks. Okay, without the need for user interaction. Okay, worm means what? Self-replicating. Suppose a worm is there in your system. What it will do is it will get replicated. Means suppose a file Sabiha is there. Okay, it is a virus. It is a worm. There will be one more Sabiha. So it will get replicated. It will get doubled every time. And no need of user interaction. Once it gets into your system, it will get replicated. It will be doubled every time in your system when you start your computer. Okay. If you double click that worm, it will be in your system. Multiple files of the same name will be in your system. That is called a worm. You can say a standalone self-replicating malware that spreads across networks. Okay, without the need for user interaction. Trojan horse. Okay, Trojan horse is a type of malware that disguises itself as legitimate software but contains malicious code that can harm a system or steal data. Okay, Trojan horse. Trojan horse means it is also a software. It's a malware, but it looks like a very good software. Okay,
Okay,
and
sir.
as soon as you install that software, your system's data will be stolen by the Trojan horse. It looks legitimate. I will tell you. Suppose you are using Microsoft Office 2019 from some other website, from a torrent website. You know what's a torrent website is?
No, sir.
So a torrent website, maybe you are using a free software or a cracked version. You know what's a cracked version is or not?
No, sir.
Okay. So cracked version means when you go to Google and search for Adobe Photoshop free version. Okay.
Okay.
What happens when you search for Adobe Photoshop free version and when you go to adobe.com website, Adobe Photoshop will be for 30 days free. Okay.
Okay.
But when you search for Adobe Photoshop free lifetime, you will get a Adobe Photoshop free version lifetime one. So how it works is there will be a cracked file. Cracked file means the licensing file will be hacked from that software and it will become unlimited free version. So how that is hacked? That is hacked through some code. And if you run a antivirus on that file, it will be showing as a virus only. Okay, Adobe
Okay.
Photoshop will show as virus. But when you apply that crack file, right, that crack file is sometimes it's a Trojan horse.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sometimes it's a malware. You will get a Adobe Photoshop lifetime free, and you also get a lifetime virus also free to your system. Okay,
Okay,
so
sir.
mostly people avoid lifetime free version softwares. So in India we use it. Okay, in India we use it, but mostly if you go, it's not recommended anywhere to use cracked version of any softwares. But people use it. In Hyderabad you get a lot. Okay. Next is ransomware. We have you have heard of ransomware, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. On that day we also had a discussion about ransomware. So it's a type of malware that encrypts a victim's data and demands ransom for its description. So it will encrypt a victim's data means it will lock all the files of the machine and it demands ransom. Ransom means paisa chahiye,
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes,
So
sir.
you give me this much of money, I will unlock your files. It's that simple. Ransomware is it will lock your files and it wants money or cryptocurrency to some account to unlock all your files. That is called ransomware, a type of malware that encrypts a victim's data and demands a ransom for its decryption. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Phishing, you have heard of phishing. We also had demonstrated social engineering attack where attackers use deceptive emails or messages to trick users into revealing sensitive information or clicking malicious links. Okay, so phishing means you get an email saying you have won a lottery. Okay, you have won a lottery and you have to click on this link to provide your account information. And as soon as you click it, it will be redirected to some virus website and you will provide your details. Okay, and
Okay, sir.
sometimes you might get an email saying your Facebook account is locked or your Facebook password is expired and you have to reset it, and as soon as you click the link it will ask for the current password. But when you click that link you will see the Facebook page, but it will redirect to a different website. Got it? So
Got it, sir.
that is called phishing. So you can say if any interviewer asks, you can say a social engineering attack where attackers use deceptive emails or messages to trick users into revealing sensitive information or clicking on malicious links. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Next is spear phishing. So spear phishing means targeted form of phishing where attackers tailor their messages to specific individuals or organizations. What does this mean is spear phishing, it's a kind of phishing, okay, but the target will be a individual or a organization. Maybe suppose for your company, the spear phishing attack might go only to your CEO. Okay. Or if you see that spear phishing, the same emails, it will not go to different organization. Maybe one organization will be the target. You can say spear phishing is a targeted phishing attack to any individual or an organization. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next is social engineering. So social engineering, on that day we had a small discussion,
Yes, sir.
manipulating individuals into divulging confidential information or performing certain actions to compromise security. Okay. So social engineering means the hacker will start following you, or he will get more details. Okay. And first he will start collecting details of yours, and later on it will be attacked. Okay. So social engineering means like collecting the different data before the attack. So social means your Facebook details, your WhatsApp details, your account details, your email addresses. Okay, that is called social engineering. Denial
Okay,
of
sir.
service. Denial of service means, on that day we had a brief discussion on denial of service as well. An attack that disrupts or disables a computer system. So there will be lot of packets or lot of requests that will go to one server, like not 1000 or 2000, it will be in lakhs. Okay, lakhs of requests will go to one server, and the server will not be able to respond, and the server will hang or the services will be stopped. So if you want to define it, you can say an attack that disrupts or disables a computer system or network's availability by overwhelming it with excessive traffic or requests. Okay, if lot of traffic or requests come, the denial of service or the server will be disabled. Okay, the server will hang and server will not be able to reply back. Next is distributed denial of service. Okay, it's a DOS attack only. It's a denial of service attack conducted from multiple sources simultaneously. So how this is done is, denial of service. Suppose I am going to send thousands of lakhs of requests. Okay, from one location. Suppose I am sitting in Bangalore and I want to attack one company, and I will send maybe one server. I will send lakhs of requests from my machine. Okay, from my location. So distributed denial of service means similar kind of denial of service, but it will be distributed from different locations. What I will do is, as a hacker, I would have hacked your system. I would have hacked Abid's system. Maybe I would have hacked around 1 lakh systems in Hyderabad. Okay. And I have control of that 1 lakh systems. So what I will do, I will type in one command that 1 lakh systems will send the request to the same server at the same time. Now this denial of service attack is distributed by between different people or different computers. So that is called distributed denial of service. It's a denial of service attack, but it is distributed among different people or different computers. Understood?
Okay. Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so these are some 10 questions. Let me open 10. Let's discuss. So you have got one more, botnet. Okay, botnet is divided into two, bot and net. What is a bot? Can you define, or can you tell what is a bot?
No, sir. I don't.
Okay, so in security terms, if you see a bot, normal a robot, you can say a robot. What can it do? I have a robot. Okay, so in security terms, if you see, bot is like a compromised computer. Okay, Bot is a compromised computer. Suppose I have hacked your system. If I have hacked your system has become a bot of mine. That means whatever I will tell to your system will do. Right? If your system is hacked, whatever I will tell, it will do.
Yes, sir.
Correct?
Yes, sir.
So botnet means a network of compromised computers. Compromised computers means or a network of hacked computers. So your computer is compromised means I have hacked, your computer is compromised. So botnet means it's a bot network. Okay. A network of compromised computers controlled by attackers to perform malicious activities, and these botnets are mostly used in DDoS attacks. We saw in the previous, right, DDoS attacks. So this
Yes,
is
sir.
how the DOS attacks, the distributed denial of service attacks happen. This happens through botnets. I will see, I am a hacker. I have hacked around 1 lakh systems in Hyderabad. And that 1 lakh systems, they don't know that I have already hacked. And it is under my control. So it is a botnet. So it is a network of systems compromised and I have the control. So if you want to define, you can say a network of compromised computers controlled by attackers to perform malicious activities. Okay. And you can say, for example, in DDoS attacks, a botnet is used. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Next is exploit. So exploit is a piece of software or code that takes advantages of vulnerabilities or weaknesses in a system or application to gain unauthorized access or perform malicious actions. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So we saw this during our previous classes, right? Vulnerability can be exploited.
Yes, sir.
Exploited means it's a code that takes advantages of vulnerabilities. Okay. You can say a piece of software or code that takes advantages of vulnerabilities or weaknesses. That's it in a system or application. So you can just define as it is. Okay. And probably you can take printout of these also, or if you want to read in computer, that's well and good. Next is, if anyone want, like in your interview, if they ask what is vulnerability, a weakness or flaw in a system that can be exploited to compromise its security. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Zero-day exploit. An attack that targets a vulnerability that is unknown to the software vendor or has not yet been patched. We studied about zero-day exploit, right? Zero day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So is no one has detected that virus until now. It's a new virus in the market. It has come today. So that is called a zero-day exploit, a zero-day attack, a zero-day virus. Zero-day means there is no update there is no antivirus which can update and delete that virus till now. So that is called zero day. It's a new attack. Okay. So what does this say? An attack that targets a vulnerability that is unknown to the software vendor or has not yet been patched. Patched means if there is a vulnerability, there should be a patch. There should be an update, right? If you don't have that update, that exploit is still a zero day.
Okay, sir.
Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next is patch. What is patch? A software update released by vendors to fix security vulnerabilities or bugs. Okay. So patch is, it's not only related to security, but mostly it is related to security. Okay. If there is any bug in a software, you have to patch it. If there is any vulnerability, you have to patch it. So if you are asked any question, you can say a software update released by vendors to fix security vulnerabilities or bugs in their products. Okay. Next definition is firewall. So firewall is a network security device that monitors and controls incoming and outgoing network traffic based on predefined security rules. Okay. On that day we studied about firewall, right?
Yes, sir.
So it's a security device that monitors and controls incoming and outgoing network traffic based on rules, security rules. Okay, so these are definitions. So if you have any interview questions, you can just define like this. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Next is IDS, that is intrusion detection system. Okay, a security system that monitors network traffic for suspicious activity and alerts administrators of potential intrusions. Intrusion means what? Any guesses?
No, sir.
Just a second. So intrusion means someone is trying to intrude you, means someone is trying to attack you. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Someone is trying to come to your, maybe you can say a intruder is at my door. Okay. Intruder is at your door means someone malicious or someone, maybe a wrong person is at your door. Okay. So intrusion means something that's wrong is happening. So intrusion, suspicious activity is going to happen. So intrusion detection system, it's going to monitor the traffic for suspicious activity. Suspicious activity means something wrong going to happen. So this IDS is a device that will monitor the traffic for suspicious activity and alerts administrators of potential intrusions. Okay, potential intrusion means, so if there is any intrusion going to happen to your network, the IDS machine or the IDS device will send an alert to the IDS administrator. IDS administrator may be your security administrator or your SOC administrator or a network administrator. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So intrusion prevention system is a security system that monitors and actively blocks it. Okay, intrusion detection, it will not block. It will just alert the administrator. But intrusion prevention, it's going to block the suspicious traffic to prevent the intrusion. Okay. So
Okay, sir.
IPS, it's going to block it. IDS, it will detect and alert the administrator. Next is antivirus. So antivirus, if you want to define, it's a software designed to detect, prevent, and remove malware from a computer system. Okay. Endpoint security. So security measures taken to protect devices like computers, smartphones, and tablets from cyber threats. You can define like this. It's a security measures taken to protect devices like computers, smartphones, and tablets. You can say protect devices from cyber threats. No need to mention computers, smartphones, or tablets. Okay. Security measures taken to protect devices from cyber threats. So endpoint means, see why it is given computers, smartphones, and tablets is these are the endpoints. That's the reason they have mentioned computers, smartphones, and tablets. Okay. So the next is data breach. What is the meaning of data breach? So if you are asked in an interview, what is data breach? You can say it's an unauthorized access, acquisition, or disclosure of sensitive or confidential data. Okay. Data breach means your organization or your computer is already hacked and your data is already stolen. Okay. That's called data breach. So unauthorized access. Your system has been accessed unauthorizedly, and it has been acquired, and your data is already confidential or sensitive data is already breached, and it has been given to others. That is called data breach. Okay, it's called unauthorized access, acquisition, or disclosure. Okay, so you can
Okay, sir.
mention like this if you get any interview questions. And what is data leakage? The unintentional or unauthorized transmission of sensitive data outside a secured environment. Okay, so I'll tell you, data breach means someone has attacked or hacked your machine, and then he has sent the data. So your data has been breached. So data leakage means your system is not hacked. Okay, but someone, probably I am working in a company. Okay, and I unknowingly uploaded some confidential data to the internet. Okay, unknowingly or unintentionally. So that is called data leakage. I have leaked the data. So you can see the unintentional or unauthorized transmission of sensitive data outside a secured environment. Okay, if you have an interview question like this, you can tell it like the unintentional or unauthorized transmission of sensitive data outside a secured environment. And what is data encryption? The process of converting data into a coded form to prevent unauthorized access. Okay,
Okay, sir.
understood. So
Yes, sir.
your data, whatever it is there, if you encrypt it, if someone steals your hard disk also, they will not be able to figure it out what is there in the system or hard drive. It will be like, what you call, uh, it will be the user who has stolen the data, he will not be able to read the data. It will be like percentage, hashtag, CDFZ, like that. Okay, so that is called as, it will be coded, like it will be like a code which you will never be able to understand without the encryption key. Okay, if it is not decrypted, you will not be able to read the data. Okay, so you can define the process of converting data into a coded form to prevent unauthorized access. Next is public key infrastructure. You hear a lot of this in infrastructure or security infrastructure or network engineers. Okay, a system that uses public and private keys to facilitate secure communication and authentication. You can define. So when you log into a cloud environment, maybe your Google Cloud or AWS, a public and private key is used. That is called public key infrastructure. Okay, so you can define like this.
Okay, sir.
Now next is SSL and TLS. We will learn details about SSL and TLS in our coming classes, but as of now you can say secure socket layer or transport socket layer. Those are cryptographic protocols that provide secure communication over a network. Okay, secure socket layer or transport layer security, SSL or TLS, cryptographic protocols that provide secure communication over a network. So man in the middle attack, we studied about man in the middle attack, an
Yes, sir.
attack where an attacker intercepts and relays communication between two parties, eavesdropping or alert messages, altering the messages. Okay, brute force attack, we studied about brute, like I have told you about brute force attack. Yes, no, and I think you have not gone through the videos, or you have gone through that video.
Okay, sir.
Brute force. So brute force attack means someone will try to attack like a they will use lakhs of usernames and passwords to hack your username. Okay, suppose suppose a hacker got your company user ID. Maybe it's Sabiha at xyz.com. Okay, the hacker knows your username of your company, and but the hacker doesn't know your password. Okay, so what he will try to do, he will be having a lakhs of passwords in a notepad, and he will try to attack, or he will try to attack your machine to unlock your system with the username that he has got and the passwords that he has already have in a notepad. So that is called a brute force attack.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so dictionary attack, similar attack that uses a list of known words or passwords to attempt to gain unauthorized access. Okay, and next is authentication, the process of verifying the identity of a user, system, or device. MFA, did we study MFA, multi-factor authentication?
Yes,
Like
sir.
your banking username and password you have, but still you get a OTP,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes,
You
sir.
need a OTP to unlock your banking account. So to define, you can say a security method that requires users to provide multiple forms. That is why it's called multi-factor authentication. Multiple forms of identification to access a system or application.
Okay, sir.
Okay.